Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to continue our previous topic, like we were doing unit testing. So today we are going to create the service unit testing. We are going to create one service and we are going to create service unit testing. So let's start. First of all, let's create one service and generate. Let's create addition. So it will create our two files, the specification file and the same service file. So let's create one function over here. So simple addition file, we are just going to create a simple addition service, and here we are going to pass two parameters. Okay, return a plus b. Okay, let's go to our addition specification file. So here we can see some of the function over here. This is a describe function. As we see in the previous video, this is a describe function where we are defining our specifications, test specification. And here is one before each function. What is the before each function? This is a Jasmine's before each function. This one is run some shared setup before each specification and describe in which called. Okay, what is this function? This one function is called once before each specification that are described in which it is called. Okay, so whenever we want to create any instances, services or directive for each test, we are going to create this one. Okay, so before each executor for that. Okay, so we will go through the other things one by one. Okay, so let's create, this is the same thing we did it. Let's create one our function, it function over here. So what it should be, it should add two numbers, right? Just like our add two numbers. Okay, add function over here. Okay, and our method name addition. Okay, so that we should know for that for what we created this one. So here we are going to create like const some new whatever the service name, addition service. Okay, we are just going to create the object for that. So next we will pass this result sum dot the addition, and we are going to pass our two arguments over there because we pass here two arguments and we are parameter, and here we are going to pass the value for those parameter corresponding. Okay, okay, now we will write what the result we are expecting from this. Result, and it should be what it should be 10. So this is our service, and we are just create a service test unit case for this one. So let's run this one. Ng test, with the help of ng test we can execute our test. Okay, this one is showing no specification over here. Now so here we can see our addition service for specification, and this is the addition service that we created and should add two number. Okay, this is how we create a test service for the test unit for the service. So there is one more thing, like the spy. Spy is a function that when we use a spy function, why we need to use that spy function? So there is a one spy on function. A spy-on, what is the spy-on function? Spy-on function is a spy-on function can stop any function and track calls to it and all the arguments. A spy only exists in the describe or it block, and which is defined and will be removed after each specification. Okay, so let's do this one, the spy on. When we will do with the example, you will get a better idea. So for that, let's create one more service for that one. So let's create one more service for that one. For ng generate service, we can say calculation cal service. So that what we are going to do, we are going to use this service call service in the addition service, and we will use that func. Okay, let's open this one. So here is our call service. This is our call service. Here we are going to create one simple function over here, and we are going to use that function in our the addition file, addition services. Okay, let's do that one. Let's create a function over here. So any function, we can say calcul function, so that we can get to know we are using this one function, and we are going to call this function in our this one addition service. Okay, here we are going to call this service. First we need to inject over here in private that we did call service. Okay, here we are going to call this one, this dot call service dot whatever the function we call created over there to call one. This one is suggesting us. Okay, now this one, here we are, what we did, we called another service, like we are sharing that service over here. This one is a call service. We created another service, and we are using this function in our the previous one service file. Okay, here let's see. Now before it was working fine, but now this one is giving us a error because here is some dependency over here, because here we are adding another function this one is calling. So this one needs some dependency, expecting some dependency over here. So let's add that one. What we can do, we can create an instance for instance over here for that service. Let's say we can say const, this is a shared one, right? We are sharing that service in this service, call service. Okay, and we can pass this one in this here. Now okay, with this one it will work fine now, right? This one is creating, this one is we are calling here the another service. Now if we will check this call service right here, but now we are calling this function over here, but how can we get to know this service is working and we are sharing this service and this service is called over here? For that we are going to use a spy function. To create the spy function, Now we are going to create one more function over here. So let's create that one. We can say should call the other function, right? So that we can get idea that here we are calling the other function. For that we are going to use spyOn. SpyOn helps us to tell us that this function or object is created that is called from the another service, it is called or not. Okay, so it will help us to do this one. Let's create that one. Okay, so let's create a object here, new, and our services name, services. This one is called services, addition service, that the share service. Here we are going to pass this as an argument like we did it in the previous it function. So here we are going to create spyOn. Okay, for what we want to spy on? That this one shared one and the function that we called over in this one function. Okay, we want to spy on for this function. Okay, now we will get to know that if that function is called or not, right? Addition, and here we are going to pass our arguments, whatever the arguments we want, and what we are expecting. We are expecting here the function that we called over there, right? What was the function name? That is the call function. Okay, and to be here we will to have been called. Okay, so here we are spying on our function, right? That if this function have been called or not. Okay, so this is how we use spyOn, and why we need to use the spyOn, so that we can get idea that this function or its object or whatever the thing we are doing on that function, it is called or not called. Okay, now let's test this one. Enter. So now we will get to know if this function is called or not. So here we will check. Yeah, right here we should call the shared function that we called over here. Okay, with help of the spyOn we can get to know that if the function is called, spyOn have a better control on the objects and the function, whichever the function they want to execute, right? So that's why we use spyOn. So for this video, that's all. We will do the next function for the unit testing in the next video. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to like and subscribe my video. Thank you.